Welcome on in here to the Thursday edition of Sports Memo Today. I'm your host, Dan Alexander, alongside my two guests, getting you that actionable info you know and love in 30 minutes or less. We're happy to be with you, and you see to my side here, we got JOe D'Amico coming on. We got Jesse Schule coming on, and we're going to have a little gambit for you. We're going to have a little NFL, regular season win total bet from our man Jesse Schule. We're going to talk a little CFL. And then it's like a co-birthday boy show. We have some great promotions coming your way here, but let's get right into it. Welcome on in the man who needs no introduction, but I have to give it to you legally. I'm obligated to as the host. It's JOe D'Amico. He's looking good. He's looking like he's ready to strut his stuff for the birthday boy. Get on down to the beach or, hey, maybe get on down outside the pool. We've seen the backyard. We know it's the spot to be. But Joey D, how we doing, brother?
I'm feeling good, Dan, for an old man that just turned 54 this past weekend. I'm feeling spry. Still feeling a little bit of the sore throat from our little birthday bash on Saturday, but everything is great. The weather is gorgeous in Vegas. My kegerator is keeping my beer at 32 degrees right after the show. I'm running outside. I'm working on my tan, playing with the dogs, and eating some great food on the grill. Life couldn't be better, Dan. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, and also after the show, you better be running over to sm.buzz/JD because we got a great promo code that you can ride with Joey D for an entire year for under $550. We'll be sharing that here in just a few, but let's get right into the games. Typically, when I see you coming on here, I see you coming on here with pinstripes. You opted to go the more, Hawaiian shirt vibe, which I'm really liking, the vibe you're dropping today. But just because the pinstripes aren't on doesn't mean we're not going to talk Yankees. You got a thought on the game coming up here today. What do we got, Joey?
Absolutely. Well, it is like right in the heart of the weather changing here in Vegas. So I felt this was more like a Cuban look, go on a nice beach, have a pina colada, got my hat on, my Hawaiian shirt. But I'm very excited about this game, and it did almost make it as a premium play. Now, guys, it's no secret that I'm a diehard Yankees fan. To be honest with you, it's hard to say. The season isn't looking too bright right now. Granted, they've got more than a few key players sidelined. A big part of their success historically rides on their offensive prowess. A couple of big names have not been in the lineup for a few weeks now. They also have a couple of pitchers that would probably be making a difference right now as well, sidelined. On the hitting front, I can't remember the last time they ranked 17th in scoring and 27th in team batting average. But the one thing, guys, that does give me some hope, their pitching staff ranks 4th in the majors with all their problems. Team ERA of 3.70. Now, I got to give praise to the Orioles. They're playing some good ball. They sit in second in the most competitive division in baseball. They're just 5 games back. These two teams have met 9 times this season. New York took 5 of the 9. Now, they did take games 1 and 2, but dropped game 3 yesterday. In my opinion, guys, today's matchup, all about the pitching. Brightest and Severino, they're scheduled here. The Baltimore righty, 4-4 with a 3.58 this season. He's pitched well lately, guys. However, he did give up 4 earned runs at the end of May in Yankee Stadium, only lasting to the 5th in what would eventually turn into a loss for that team. Over his career, he struggled against New York, guys. I will tell you, in 3 starts, 0-1 with a 5.02. The New York righty, I'm going to be honest with you, as a Yankee fan, I was excited about Severino coming back this season, but right now, 1-3 with a 6.30. Ugly, ugly, ugly. He comes in off of one of his worst ever career starts. He got shelled on my birthday, July 1st, in St. Louis. Gave up 7 runs in 4 innings, but, and there's always a but, guys. You know how much I like a very big but. Anyway, but he has been significantly stronger at home, 1-0 with a 2.55, and even a bigger but over his career. 12 appearances, 10 starts against the Elks. He has dominated 7-1 with a 3.39, which, by the way, guys, that includes his last 6 outings, 6 victories for him. I'm going to tell you right now, he bounces back here. I liked him here. I liked him here. I liked him here. Baltimore, you know, the long season has kind of taken its toll on them already. We see a lot of good teams cracking a little bit, going into some, I don't want to say slumps, but some going into a little cold streak. They've lost 5 of the last 7 on the road, 6 of the last 8 overall. I like New York as a dog here to bounce back in the Bronx, my friends.
I love it. A breakdown as only JOe D'Amico can do it. And Joe, we teased it a little bit. We got to let the folks know before game number 2. Joey D's birthday special is not just a couple days that you can ride with one of the kings of sports betting. It's all year long at an insane price, just $540 for an entire year of action with Joey D. And why should people ride with you, man?
Well, proof is in the numbers. Numbers don't lie, guys. Listen,
Yep.
I still tell people I'm five. I still tell people I'm 5'10". I can barely make it to 5'8". Listen, guys, I have more top finishes than any 5 guys combined in the business. All right, 13 NFLs, 14 college footballs, 9 preseason NFLs, 6 college basketballs, 9 NBAs, 10 MLBs. Guys, 365 days with Joe D. Numbers don't lie. I want you to know. I wanted everybody to come out and celebrate my 54th birthday with me, but unfortunately, not everybody could come out to Vegas. Too many flights were booked and cancels too. So the great folks at Sports Memo allowed me to put this up. $540. Go over to Sports Memo now. It will make you money throughout the entire year. Now, as far as short term, Dan, I have a huge monster winner in MLB today, my double play. They're plus 7 units this season alone. Guys, this game is so strong, so highly rated. I posted it as another 5% winner at Sports Memo, but I'm not going to price gouge you. $10, but it goes up kind of early. 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern. So grab it now. And just before the show, guys, I'll tell you, I only expected to post one premium play today. I got a couple of phone calls. A late info move, my first late info move of the baseball sale campaign a season ago, a perfect 3-0. Guys, it's a late info move. I'm moving on it big. A lot of wise guys here in Vegas are moving on it big. Jump on that. We're going to go 2-0 today.
Yeah, and this is something you want to jump on right now. We're live here at about 1:30 Eastern time, and these games are going around, in just a few moments here. So if you can grab it now, and you can always pause the video and then come right back because we still got actionable info coming your way, including another free play in this Rangers game. Joey, what do you got for the folks?
Well, Danny, I'm excited about this, and this too almost made it up as a premium play. My friends, as far as Texas goes, I think many of us felt prior to the season beginning that they would be a force in the AL. I don't think too many predicted that they would be holding out the first place in the AL West at the moment right now. I mean, they're playing really good ball. I want to give kudos to Houston, too. They're just 2 games behind them. It's going to be a dogfight there. As far as Boston goes, what can you say about them? Some people look at the standings and say, well, they're in the last place in the AL East. But the AL East, once again, the most competitive division in baseball, all 5 teams, they sport winning records. Looking at the history between these 2 teams, the Red Sox have certainly had the better of the situation. They've taken 8 of the last 10 overall meetings, and in Fenway, 19 of the last 26. The Rangers took the series opener. The Red Sox took game 2 yesterday. Once again, today's matchup, in my opinion, is all about the pitching. Guys, I'm Sicilian. I know a lot about revenge, and revenge is a dish best served cold. Nathan Eovaldi, the ex-Boston hurler, gets the start on the road against his former team. He goes up against Carter Crawford. Eovaldi knows the Red Sox well. You recall 4.5 years with him. He played a major part in their 2018 World Series win. He left a couple of years back, and I'm going to tell you right now, this season, the right-hander, let me do that again. Those hooked on phonics books didn't come in yet. The right-hander, 10-on-3 with a 2.64 ERA, which includes an astounding road record. He is 6-1 away from home, 2.44 mark. He's made 7 lifetime appearances against his old team, guys. It includes 6 starts. He is perfect. 3-0 against them. I want you to know, I really like him here. I talked about revenge. Let's go to the other pitcher, Crawford, the Rangers righty. Scratch that. The Red Sox righty, 3-4 with a 3.92, respectable. He's only back in the rotation as a starter about a month now, as the team is just 2-4 in those outings. And at home, his numbers deplorable. 0-1, a whopping ERA of 5.40. Now, guys, I'm aware that into the game 3, the Red Sox are playing a little hotter, but they have dropped 4 of the last 5 at home overall. That Fenway advantage, it isn't as strong as it once was. I just think today's matchup is all about the starters. Eovaldi. Guys, he loves taking it to his old team. I like him here. Take the Rangers.
I love it. That's my man, JOe D'Amico. And as we mentioned, you want to grab that MLB double play. He's up 7 units on the season on those type of plays, and it's going quick. So run on over there, sm.buzz/JD. You will not be sorry. And while you're there, hey, maybe after you pick up some profit, ride with Joey D's birthday special. It's expiring soon, just $5.40. That comes out to under 67 cents per day that you can ride with the man Joey D all year long. We love to see it. Big thanks to him. Now go enjoy the pool, man, and that 32 degrees beer. That sounded pretty damn good. I'm a little jealous. And he said everyone was invited to his birthday party. Mine must have gotten lost in the mail. I don't know if our producer Eric, you get an invite behind the scenes. I guess we'll have to talk about that when we're out in Vegas with my man JOe D'Amico. That'll be August 19th that we'll be seeing him. So we'll talk about that, Joey. Don't you worry about that. Let's keep on rolling and welcome on in my man, Jesse Schule. He's not the only birthday boy, is JOe D'Amico, because Mr. Perfect is what we were talking here, just one day closer to 50, man. But you look great. You would never even know. You don't look a day over 42.
47 years old. I guess the window of opportunity to beat Derrick Henry's NFL Combine bench press score is closing rapidly. I might have to just settle for beating George Kittle, to be honest with you. I tried it the other day. I got up to about 18. That's still 4 more to go to tie Derrick Henry. So, might not happen, unfortunately.
You never know. You never know, Joey. And hey, as long as you keep cashing tickets for folks, that's all they really care about. So let's just keep that going and just keep posting those amazing pictures of steak on the Twitter. That's what we really need, or at least what I need. All right, let's start with a little CFL action here. And you have a thought on an underdog that you really like, and this is a sport that you have, been able to cash in week after week. Since really your time with Sports Memo. So let's take a look at this Edmonton Elks game, and why are you looking towards the dog?
Well, the Elks are quite famous for losing 18 straight home games. They did lose to Saskatchewan in week 1 by a score of 17-13, so it was a close game. But the Saskatchewan Roughriders, they've got some silly names in the CFL, don't they? The Roughriders have also lost 7 straight home games. It's been almost a year since the Riders won in Saskatchewan. And, I kind of like the Elks here. They're a terrible team. They're winless. They were the worst team in the CFL last year. I like their coach. I think their defense has improved. They got quarterback issues. They had Jarrett Daggy, the former, I think he played for West Virginia and Texas Tech. He turned the ball over 3 times last week through 3 interceptions. At least he moved the ball, though. He got the offense moving up and down the field. If he could limit the turnovers, he's going to be in good shape. Saskatchewan's got all sorts of problems. They've got 13 starters injured for this game. That includes their starting center and their 3 top receivers. And they're asked to cover 7.5, 8 points in this game. A team that hasn't won at home in over a year or almost a year. I'll take the Elks, and I'll take them plus the points in this game.
Yeah, grab the 8. I think that was a line that's ticked down a little bit. So the market also agreeing with my man Jesse Schule here. Also, are we doing a money line sprinkle? They're gonna get off the snide. I like it. That's got to be.
I mean, they won here last year, Dan. They've won here 2 years in a row, but actually.
All right, a little sprinkle on the money line from Jesse Schule. I love when you get bold here on the show. You know what I don't think is all that bold of a take, but I'm looking forward to hearing your breakdown because I love these season-long win totals that you do. It's a great profitable spot that you've had not only for the clients, but free plays here on the show. I think you cash damn near all of them that you give out. We're taking a look at the Seattle Seahawks. Their regular season win total is sitting around 8.5. And hey, they were the story of the season last year. I think their win total was around like 4, and they easily soared over that one, largely due to Geno Smith. Is it finally time that Geno Smith is going to write back, or do you think this number is about right? 8.5. We going over or under, Jesse?
So, yeah, Geno Smith coming off of a fantastic year. The Seahawks were a big surprise last year. They won 9 games. Their total's sitting at 8.5, and you look at how well they did in the draft. They've got a ton of talent at wide receiver. Looks like easy money, right? Well, you know what Lee Corso says. Not so fast, my friends. The Seahawks really overachieved last year. Geno Smith all the power to him. He got himself a contract, secured the bag, $40 million guaranteed, 3 years, $75 million contract. But let's face it, the guy's 32 years old. He's been in the league, what, a decade? He's had one good year. I'm not going to the bank with Geno Smith, and particularly not behind an offensive line that Pro Football Focus has ranked 30th out of 32 teams. Seattle's defense isn't very good. And back to Geno Smith and the contract. I had a look at some other guys that I could compare to Geno. Journeyman quarterbacks, been in the league a while, sign a big contract, and what happens after that? You look at Ryan Tannehill. Signed a 4-year, $118 million contract a couple years ago with Tennessee. They're talking about cutting him now. Nick Foles, after that big Super Bowl run with the Eagles, I'm sure Dan's familiar with that, 4-year, $88 million deal with the Jags. Well, we know that didn't work out. Case Keenum, big year with big year with Minnesota, signs a 2-year, $36 million contract with Denver, another big bust. Could Geno be the next big bust? I mean, that's more likely than him repeating what he did last year, in my opinion. So I'm taking the Seahawks under the 8.5.
Yeah, I think a great breakdown. Again, with them being lined at 8.5, they exceeded expectations. They got to 9 wins last year. Yes, the roster has been bolstered, but that does seem a little bit rich. If the number's 7.5, you're probably coming on here and maybe making a case for a potential over. But at 8.5, just a little too rich. I'm kind of with you on that one. That's one that I'll be adding to my.
You hit the nail on the head. I think they land right on 8, to be honest with you, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, and hey, we love it when we win by a hook. You never really remember the ones that you win by the hook. You always remember the ones you lose by the hook. So let's have this one be one that we get. It's plus 110, the Seattle Seahawks under the 8.5 regular season wins. We talked all about Joey D's birthday, man, but like you said, in 2 days, it's going to be yours, and we got a nice deal for you rocking. It's Save 50. They can take 50% off an all-access pass anywhere from 1 day if you just want to try out Jesse Schule, or if you want to roll with him for an entire year. That's the one I suggest to do. Save 50. And what kind of stuff will they get, Jesse?
Well, for the rest of the summer, you're going to get CFL, you're going to get soccer, you're going to get a ton of baseball, and then come college football and NFL. Let's see, I started the NFL season 10-0 last year. I was 12-3 in the month of September with my NFL picks. And I started college football 22-3 in September with college football. So looking to do that again, I guess.
I love it. That's my man, Jesse Schule, sm.buzz/JS. Don't forget it. And that does it. Another week here. I can't believe this is only our first show of July, and we got you that actionable info in 20 minutes or less. We're always beating the clock here, and we're always beating up the bookies as well. Big thanks to JOe D'Amico. Big thanks to Jesse Schule. We will be locked and loaded for another Tuesday edition coming up next week on Sports Memo Today. Till then, hopefully we're talking to you with a little bit more extra money in our pocket. Big thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on Sports Memo Today.